So today we're here with.
Vyas.
All right. So you're representing what?
I am the Chief Science Officer here at Apta, and I'll be presenting in this show over here the how we stay ahead of the AI curve.
Awesome.
The AI industry is moving so fast. People often ask me, with all these new things coming out all the time, what are you doing today to stay, and what are you building today so you're ahead of what's happening tomorrow? And that's what I'm presenting.
That's an awesome intro, by the way. Since we're talking about AI, I have some few questions for you. So, are you ready?
Yeah, let's go for it.
Awesome. First question. How do you think is AI transforming industries beyond just automation and data analysis?
Yeah, that's a great question. I think automation as an industry is something which is broader than AI itself. I count AI as anything which effectively uses some form of agency or intelligence. And I think one of the biggest things which has started happening since, I would say, 2022, when ChatGPT came out, and the world was shown how AI or these language models can interact with humans through natural language in a convincing way. What's happened in the last 2 years is these have become essentially interfaces to tools or agents under the hood. And by that, what I mean is a language model on its own is only good at language, but if you wanted to do something clever, you have to interface it with what I would call the tools under the head. Exactly. And these tools can be the traditional AI systems you had in the past, or they can be new kind of, even calculators or web searches, which allows very complex things to happen at the same time.
What a great answer indeed. Now, next question. What do you think are the biggest misconceptions about AI that you encounter today?
The biggest misconceptions. I think one of the biggest misconceptions is that people often think everything is AI. Often it's a standard software engineering program, and people say, "Oh, is this AI?" I'm like, no. So software engineering is something which existed for the last, however long computers have existed, the last 50 years almost, I would say. Yeah. Basically, when you have deterministic programs that run certain processes, these can also be extremely complex and can solve very complicated problems, analysis and tools. AI, in my head, is something which has some ability to do parametric learning. And what I mean by that, there's a distinction between a training stage and an inference stage. So training stage is where you expose a model to data, and it learns the patterns and relationships in that data. And then inference stage is where it applies those patterns and relationships to unseen data, which is very distinct from standard software engineering algorithms. And that's the confusion often that gets mixed up between the two.
Yeah, I totally agree with you on that. Maybe last question. How do we balance innovation in AI with ethical and regulatory concerns for you?
Yeah, I think that's a really great question. And I think it's really important now with the development of what people call open-ended systems. Yeah. So an open-ended system is, how you have ChatGPT, you can interact with it, it's convincing. An open-ended system is one where there's no human in the loop at all. So it's a system or an AI system which goes and tries to solve an open-ended task. For example, the task would be, here's access to a computer, can you try and work out what you can do with it? Now an AI system like that can get extremely powerful. It can say, oh, I have access to the web. I could start hacking this website. I could extract confidential information and use this for some malicious purpose. So one really important thing in innovation, I believe, is building guardrails in the first place. So these are guardrails you build in the training of the language model in the first place, which ensures that even when you release them into the wild, they are sticking to these guardrails and effectively align with the principles we care about as humans. And it's a very difficult topic, and I think there's a lot of contention in the space in trying to ensure this is achievable. But I think it's very important we do try to do that as a community.
Very insightful. Lastly, can you tell our audience, our viewers, where we can reach you on your social media?
Yeah, for sure. I think so. I come from a background, I did my PhD at the University of Cambridge in machine learning and AI, specifically in adversarial attacks, which is looking at the robustness of these language models. I think the best place to reach me, honestly, would be LinkedIn. So my name is Vyas Raina, Vyasraina. Connect with me and see what kind of things I get involved with.
Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you very much.
Yeah, nice to have you.